Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another 30 minutes of demonstration with Genome America. My name is Céline Ross, and I am an educator for Genome Canada. Summer is not over, so I'm checking if somebody's going to log in. It seems that a lot of people are on vacation. Okay, so it always takes a few minutes to log in. I see. Oh yeah, okay. People are logging in. I'm okay. So summer is not over, even if it's a little bit cooler today. We'll have a few days, but I don't complain. Huh? It was so hot, that I appreciate this time. Josie, hello, Josie. So today I wanted to show you a little project, okay? Because, like I always say, I like to show technique in the project. It seems more realistic. So it's what did I write? A sandal carrying case. So I'll turn the camera. Okay. Camera arrière. Okay. So you saw the picture before. Okay. Okay. So you see, here's my little carrying case. And it's smaller here, bigger there because the width of the foot. Huh? So when I did it, I took some summary fabric, but coordinated. You see here is flowers, stripes, okay? And here is the flip-flop, okay? Any one you want. So, putting this around, putting the bias all the way around it's not hard because I use a foot, but it's not a 1, 2, 3 bingo. Huh? And you see here on a light fabric, this is a mesh. Well, it's even hard. This is a little bit harder than this here. I use a foot here and I use another technique here just to show you both. This here, it was easier because the fabric is a bit stiff. I have many layers. Here is so fluid, it's so soft that I had to use another technique. I'll show you both, okay? And what I did here, I wrote my name with the built-in alphabet. This is not embroidery, okay? This is the handle. And well, I digitize the pattern. So if I bring the camera, if I bring this closer to you, my other iPad, okay, you see, I use this pattern and it's still on, is it Amazon? Yeah, it's Amazon again. And it is a quick sew pattern number 4166 here, 4166. And you have the price here, okay? I'm not sure if it's .com. I think it's American. I'm not sure. Anyway, this is the pattern I use. So you see the print, the footprint here. Well, I digitize. I didn't want to do an applique. I wanted to do just the outline. And I use, of course, artistic digitizer just to use the border application, okay? And use a triple stitch. The design is perfect. I didn't need to put another fabric. I want to see my fabric. This is my way that I liked it, okay? And it is really easy. It takes to make this, it is really easy. So you need 2 contrasting fabric and a little bit more for the handle. The pattern is just this one piece. And in between, I use this spongy, foam, okay? So this is what I use to be in between because I like It's sturdy, it stands good. I liked it. So of course, if you buy this pattern, first thing they're going to tell you is to put the binding here, the bias here, first thing. Okay, when it's finished, you lay them. They're not supposed to be in the center. They're supposed to stay here. I'm still missing my snap. I need a snap here on both sides. Okay, this is not the real flip-flop. It's when you go for a pedicure. Okay, I need those to put some snaps. Regarding snaps, I like these here to use with that Babyville boutique. Okay, I really like that tool. It looks new, but it's not new. I just put it back I put this back all the time. I like this because they don't rust. Okay, rust, and that's R-U-S-T and not Celine Rust, R-O-S-S, rusty. Okay, so and then when you apply this, you just have to add your binding around, well, of course, your handle, and then finish with the binding. Very easy. It's always easy, when it's done and you look at it, but it's not a 2-minute project. Huh? Okay, so I'm coming on the machine. I'm using CM17, but if you have another Janome machine. I mean, Janome, if you don't have another model, well, it's a straight stitch or decorative stitch. Of course, you can do this project without a problem. Okay. The goal of the project today is to show you two different ways to add bias to two different type of fabric. So I'll show you this after. Okay, I'll come first here. Excuse me. So this mesh is very light. Let me bring this closer to, okay. You see, this is so soft and so fluid, okay, that I have a hard time using the taping guide. So one technique is I bought pre-fold bias. And when you have that pre-fold bias, of course it's folded, but there's one side shorter than the other side, and you see it here. I hope you see it. Okay, see? So this is the right side. This should be on top, because when you're going to sew it back, because of the bottom part is longer, it's gonna be in the seam. So what I did, one technique, because it's really soft, you be careful, you don't stretch this, okay? Don't stretch it. And make sure that your bias is close to the end of fabric, and you sew right inside the ironing. There's a crease here. So you sew in the crease. I'll show you after when I'm finished. I start a little bit before the live because I want you to see everything. I don't want to lose time. Huh? So finish. I'm going to cut my thread. Okay. Okay. So, whoops. So you see, it was really, really stretchy, but not anymore because bias is there. So right sides together, and I sew right inside the ironing crease. And then you flip over. Okay. Hold on. And then you make sure that you cover the inside, and you have two choices, or straight stitch or a decorative stitch. Okay. If you want to make sure you catch all that fluid, that soft fabric with full of holes, I use decorative stitches here to make sure I catch everything. But you can use a straight stitch. Okay, so foot down, And first of all, I'm going to use a straight stitch. Okay, and I want to make sure I'm sewing very close to the end, to the fold line. See, I'm sewing, and then I come back, I make sure everything is inside. Okay, there's different one on the market you can buy, different width, different of the bias, different width, different fold. I'll tell you after I'm finished to sew. Okay, so you see perfectly. I see the shade of my my green fabric. Or you say, oh no, me, I want to do a decorative stitch. So then you come back on your machine, and I'm going to decorative stitches, and I want to see them all. Turn the page because I want to use something new that we have. We have new stitches here from Genome in my machine, and I want to use them. Okay, those stitches. So let's say I'm going to choose this one. It looks like water waves. Okay, then foot down, needle up. My needle changed needle position. Okay, so then I have to move my foot, and let's go. I'll go a little bit faster. Okay, now I don't know if you hear the noise. It's noisy because I don't have the right foot, and I'm going over a few layers. You know, this is soft, the green fabric, the mesh, but it is also sturdy inside. This is why you have the noise. Okay, and then you just add your stitches. I should use really the F foot to give a chance to my stitches to be formed very nicely, perfectly. Here, sometimes the A foot, you know, prevent the fabric to feed unevenly. But I think I'm okay. I'm going right to the end. Okay, speed up because I have something else to show you. So this is technique number one. When it's difficult to insert the bias, that's the best technique. Okay, stop to the end. Okay, I'll stay here, cut my thread, and I'll show you the result. See the waves? Look how perfect it is. And here, look, straight stitch. Did I catch the other side? Yes. Okay, so one thing you have to make sure, you don't want this too empty here. And I see it's loose, it's empty. Well, it's no problem, but this is so much better. This gives body to my bias. Here it's like weak. Okay, so my choice would be this one if I had to do it again. Okay, so that's a way to do it. Now, let's give us trouble. Okay, whoops, hold on, it's on the floor. Okay, so now I be careful. I hope you see that the bottom part is longer than the top part. So to do this, the best foot to use is, it's an optional accessories from Genome, 9mm, but we also have 7mm. And the name is Taping Guide Foot. You see the number, just in case you want to order it from your dealer, 202-310-008. Okay, so all the Genome feet are lettered. TG, taping guide. Okay, so there's one screw here to allow you to move the whole system. I push it right at the end because it suits my what I want to do my fabric. And also you have that screw here, and this is pushing the inside. The fold of your bias will be at the in this corner. So what you want to do is, first, to have less problem, I'm cutting on the I'm cutting the end to make sure I insert easier. The inserting must be easier. And I'm using my tweezers when I'm in trouble. Okay, this. Then one up, one fold line up and one fold line. I hope you see well. You see one fold line up and one at the end. And I want to make sure that this is not too tight. If it's too tight, look what's going to happen. Oh no, on the other side. I'm going to fold. See, this is folding now. It's folding like this. I don't want to do this. So open it to make sure. Now it's too. Open it to make sure. Not open it. Just look here to make sure it's flat. It's really, really flat this time. And now in between here, see, it's moving. You can open this. I'm going to insert the foam. I'm using the foam because this is what I put in my project. So snap on, then thread in my thread guide, and I'm going to try straight stitch, long stitch. I length my stitch because this is thick. Now I just have the foam. On the project, you have cotton, foam cotton, you have the mesh, and some part you have the handle on top of that. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to open. No, sorry, I have a straight stitch. So I'm going to lower the foot. Make sure that I'm holding with my needle because everything is moving. And then I insert my piece of fabric. Okay, I make sure, see, bottom, top, I make sure it's in between. I hope you see well. Okay, and then if I'm not okay, I can move my needle. So I'm going to start. And okay, hold on. I want to make sure I'm really, yeah. Okay. Okay. Whoops, I see it's out. Ay, ay, ay. Go in, go in. Okay, keep going. Okay, I did it with a straight stitch. If you want, you can do it with a decorative stitch like I showed you. Okay, see? Straight stitch. Am I okay on the other side? Yes. Okay, now this is a bit curly. Why is this? Because my fabric, my bias is, I didn't push this enough in my bias. Okay, I'll show you something else now. This one here. Oh, do I have a piece of, I'll cut myself a little piece of bias and I'll show you how to do it with the, with that foot and the bias. Hold on. Okay, so this way, because I have to check first my longest part. Okay, the widest part. This and okay, here. Okay, inside the two little, if I should call it lips, and okay, needle down, up, under the foot. Okay, start. I'm gonna make a few stitches to make sure. And this time, I'm going to use a decorative stitch this time here on that, with that foot. You need sometimes the two pair of hands. Lift, inside, and make it, I'm gonna push it good, you know, to make sure it's really, really inside the fold line of the bias. Hold on. Okay. And now I'm going to choose, you know, because I'm going to choose a zigzag just for fun, just because it's going to be easier. Okay, let's go. I'm going to help a little bit. Ah, I'm not okay. Okay, stop. Right. Okay, now I'll be okay. And I'll explain to you after. Hold, let me just get started. Okay. Aha, perfect. Okay. Okay, so what happened here? Look, I have two zigzag, middle. So what had just happened here, I'm going to remove it and I'll show you. So my zigzag was outside, on the left side, my zigzag was outside the bias, while this one is on the right, at the right, and it is well positioning. Okay, and I can increase my length. So let's say I'm going to do 3 stitch length. Okay, start. Longer, whoops. And I guess I can push this. Hold on. I'm going to push it a little bit. Yeah. You have to make a sample always when you start this, you have to make a sample to see the reaction of everything. Okay. Almost there. Oops. Okay. I'm making sure that my piece, here it's really heavy, yeah, to make sure that this is right on the fold line. Okay. I'm out. Okay. You know, when you're alone at home and you try it, it's easier than with the camera here. Whoops. Okay. So exactly what I told you. You see? Oops, sorry. So my zigzag was out because I choose this one. So in the middle, so I had 1 stitch outside and 1 stitch inside. This is not what I want. So then I choose right. Everything moved to right. Look at my zigzag, and I played with my stitch length. Look at the zigzag. Okay. And at the back, because it is longer, I'm sure I catch it. Okay. Then this is a little piece here, the bias, it's because we need to iron it. I'll show you my sample here. My sample. Okay, look what I did. Look, without, if you go slow, of course it's tended to fold a little bit in the round. It's a difficult part. But because I use a decorative stitch, it catches everything. Then you iron it. Whoops! You iron it, and it becomes flat. You see, a little bit, it becomes flat. Okay. And then what else do I have to do? So of course you follow the instruction, but you have to understand that first we did the embroidery, yeah, the foam and the fabric, the embroidery with artistic digitizer. Then I apply the lining. So I have 3 layers, cotton, foam, cotton. And then I made my handle, and I prepare those 2 casing here the way I showed you first with the sample here, with this sample here. It's on the right side, wrong side. Okay, so this is what I prepare here. And then you lay down this flat, and you just have to add your own bias. You can make it if you want, but I like when I buy the one that's pre-fold, because when it's pre-fold, well, the big job is done. And when you buy it, you have to pay attention to this here. You see, it's not folded into 4 equal. Short, and see, inside is short. So sometimes you have to be careful. If you sew right here, okay? If you sew, let me show you. If you sew right sides together, but border to border, right here, border, whoops, border to border. When you flip it, well, it's loose here. You see, it's whoops. You see, it's loose here, huh? So I sew it border to border, and then when you flip it over, the fold line is too loose. So in this case, you have to be careful, and this is always depends of the bias you buy. Then what I like to do is I like to sew it a little bit further. You see where I place it? To make sure that when I flip it, look how tight it is. See, it is my fabric, my navy fabric here. Perfect. So it always depends which fabric you're using, which bias you're buying. Okay. And the last thing is, while I'm here, so which foot is the right foot for your sewing machine? So I guess everybody download the catalog. I like to download it from the global site, Genome global site, because it's always up to date. And then the first pages, you find the category of your machine. You see in which category your machine have. See, I have here the CM17, but I know the MC15 is the same, and you have to find the category. When you find the category, you see this is N, like Norman, okay? And then here's the page for that taping guide foot, okay? And N, this is the number I need. See, N is here. So the category N, category O, category P, and category Q, that's the part number. If you have the category A, C, D, E, F, well, this is the other number underneath. So catalog is really, really well done. And it shows you, represent a little picture of the operation of the foot and the result of the foot. And all the numbers are there. So you make sure you call your dealer or you email your dealer, and then you tell them which part number you need. Okay, so I'll turn the camera towards me to see my if there's comment. So I'm saying hello to everybody: Josie, Cindy, Mariella, Margie, Shirley, Marty. The whole family is there. Stephanie, Margie. Okay, is there a question? I have learned so much from you, Margie. Oh, thank you. This is Francine. TG Foot. Now, you need another number. Digifoot is, oh no, I'm on the other side. This one is for 9 millimeter machine. Your machine, I know your machine is a 7 millimeter. You need another number, but there is a number. So download the catalog and find your number. But I think I I cannot search in front of you, but I think it's the next one, the second one. I think you need the last one, but you have to make sure. Download the catalog and make sure. Okay. So I'm saying goodbye. I'm in time. Yeah, I'm saying goodbye to everybody, and happy sewing.